Okay, welcome back again. So what we want to do now is detect what we're playing on the keyboard and make a major or minor output accordingly. So the way we're going to do this is we are going to detect if we are playing a major triad or a minor triad. Okay, and in fact we won't use a triad, we'll just use the first two notes of the chord, so it will just be the root and the third. So if we're playing a C major, we'll be playing a C and an E. If we're playing a C minor, we'll be playing a C and an E flat. Okay. If it's a D major, it'd be a D and an F sharp. If it's a D minor, a D and an F. So the interval between the root note, okay, or the tonic, and the third is 4 for major and 3 for minor. So let's detect that interval. Okay. Now, how do we do that? So first of all, we need to detect which notes are being played together. There's a very handy object for this called thresh. Okay. And that detects which notes are played together. So if I connect a message box like this, and then I play a load of things together, okay, it kind of should spit out a load of things. Actually, it sends them out. It will send out a list, basically, of everything together. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to measure the distance between two of them. So, hang on, let's look at this one first. So, yeah, going back to what I said, if we're playing two things together, we need to know. Let's look at the transpose first. Okay, we want to transpose it by the lower one. Okay, so what we want to do is let's we say these two are together. Okay, and then let's sort them using something called ZL sort into their order. All right. Okay, and then we'll take the lowest one. So we're going to slice ZL slice off the lowest one. Okay. And then that should give us the lowest number. Let's just check that. So what I'm going to do now is play a C and an E repeatedly. Okay, and what we should see is that we always get the 60. Okay. That's what pretty much always comes up. Let's see if we make this threshold time. Let's make this, say, 100 milliseconds. That seems to make it a lot more robust. Okay, so then that's how we're going to control the pitching. Okay, now the other thing we need to do is we need to work out the interval. So what we're going to do is we are going to subtract one from the other. Okay, so if we've got let's see, we could do it here, couldn't we? So if we've got a minus, let's see what happens if we just go, okay, let's try that, see what we get. Okay, so we're getting -4 and -3. Okay, so we need to convert that into a maybe if we do that the other way around, what do we get? Does that work? No, it doesn't. So what we need to do is to convert that into a positive. So we can do that. There's a number of ways of doing that. The way I'm going to use is use abs, which stands for absolute. Okay. Now this should give us either a 4 or a 3. Let's just check. Excellent. So what we can do now is use select 3 and 4. So if we get a 3, we want a minor, so we're going to bang there. If we get a 4, we do a minor. Sorry, we do a major. So select 3, minor, select 4, major. Okay, and then that loads the scale. So we can try that now. Let's see if that works. So let's set live to play. And I'm going to go minor. Major. Minor. Let's go for an F major. E minor. And C major. Okay, so using that and using our randomness control and our metronome speed control, we can get something that's reasonably expressive now. So let's save that. The next thing I'm going to do, show you very quickly, is just how to make this look neat. Okay, and what we're going to do is decide what we want to see when we are working with this patch. So all these user interface things, I'm not so bothered about that keyboard actually. We are going to use and we're going to see those. So what we're going to do, make sure we've got the inspector on, and we're going to include these in presentation. Okay, so if we go down here, we can see presentation mode, and that's what we're going to see. Okay, when we are in when we're using this. Let's have a title for the device. So I'm going to call this Sci Generative Note Maker. And we'll include that in presentation. Now the other thing we need to do is, if you just control click against the background of the patch, you can bring up the inspector for the whole patch. Scroll down here until you see open in presentation. I'm going to check that box. Okay, go to presentation mode. Now we can just move these things around and make them nice. Okay, we've got our randomness, transpose, and then we got our note display there. Okay, of course we can add some more stuff in there, but that'll do for now. Okay, I'm going to save that and get rid of that, and there we are. This is what we see now in live. That's bothering me, so I will sort that out. Hang on a second. So we see something when you lock the patch again, and there we go. I should sort that out. Okay, that's pretty good for now. Okay, and then we can still see that we should, yeah, that's still working, and yeah, should be good to have a play with. Okay, that'll do for now. Enjoy, have fun.